Welcome to Mr. Chalk's Revision Tips. In this video, we will look at fertilizers, nitrates, and phosphates and sulfates. So, fertilizers provide mineral ions needed for healthy growth in plants. So, as plants grow, they absorb mineral ions through the water in the soil. So, fertilizers are formulations which contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium compounds to promote plant growth. Fertilizers that supply all three elements are often called NPK fertilizers. So, fertilizer compounds must be soluble in water so they can be absorbed by the root hair cells. So, they contain ammonium ions, nitrate ions, phosphorus ions, and potassium ions, which are all water soluble. So, a fertilizer contains the following information on the label. So, NPK value is 141111. Explain why farmers might find this useful. So, it shows the what is in the fertilizers. It shows the formulation. It gives the percentage or the proportion of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in the fertilizers, so farmers can choose the correct fertilizer that they need to grow certain things. So if we are making ammonium sulfate, so basically we're reacting sulfuric acid and ammonium hydroxide. So when the reaction is completed, a solution is filtered and evaporated to form crystals of ammonium sulfate. So in industry, we start off with sulfur and oxygen are extracted from the air. The sulfur and oxygen are passed over a catalyst which converts it into sulfur trioxide. So water is then reacted with the sulfur trioxide to make sulfuric acid. Ammonia from the Haber process is produced. So the sulfuric acid is reacted with the ammonia to make ammonium sulfate. Ammonium nitrate is another different type of fertilizer. So the industrial production of ammonium nitrate entails the acid-base reaction of ammonia with nitric acid. So the way that they actually do this is we start off with nitric acid being heated before being fed into the reactor. The ammonia for this process is also made in the Haber process. Nitric acid is reacted with the ammonia. So the ammonium nitrate is cooled down as it condenses. The ammonium nitrate is screened to remove any impurities. And finally, it is crystallized before being packaged and sold. Ammonium phosphate is obtained as a crystalline powder by mixing concentrated solutions of ammonia with phosphoric acid. So what actually happens in real life is that phosphate rock is ground into a powder. The ground rock containing phosphates is reacted with sulfuric acid. So the unreacted rock settles out, so it can be extracted and filtered off. Excess water is evaporated from the phosphoric acid. Ammonia is then made in the Haber process, and the ammonia is reacted with the phosphoric acid to produce the ammonium phosphate. So if we think about how we can do this in a lab, so one method that might be used starts off with putting some dilute sulfuric acid into a beaker, adding a few drops of methyl orange indicator, then adding some dilute ammonium solution to it drop by drop, making sure that you're stirring in between. So you're going to continue this until the colour permanently changes from red to yellow. Right, then add a few more drops of ammonium solution. Pour the reaction mixture into an evaporating basin and heat carefully over boiling water. So stop the heating before all of the water is evaporated and leave to one side for the crystals of ammonium sulfate to go and form. So if we were looking at describing a method for making crystals of potassium chloride from potassium hydroxide solution and hydrochloric acid, what method should we use? it would be something similar to the one that we've just looked at. So you're reacting things in a beaker, you're adding an indicator to it, you're making sure that you are stirring, you are adding things drop wise so you get the correct amounts of each chemical in. Make sure that you repeat it. Towards the end, you'll need to go and filter it and heat up using a Bunsen burner, for instance, to leave crystals of the product behind that you want to produce.
Thanks for watching.